Hello, hello. It's Chris Bryce Music here with Sibelius Scholar, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite shortcuts to make composing on Sibelius much faster. One thing I love about Sibelius is how well you can change the keyboard shortcuts. The setup that I have allows me to quickly change notes on the fly without having to press a ton of buttons. For example, I'm able to switch marcatos right here. Normally, you would have to sift through, press a few buttons, and grab it right here. It's especially annoying if you want to alternate between. But with this, I can quickly go back and forth. Another thing that I love about the shortcut setup that I have, let's say I have a sharp right here, and I want to move this down, and now it's a natural. That is a courtesy accidental, but I like having my courtesy accidentals with that. Now, normally you'd have to click all the way to the end and then press this parenthesis button right here, the enter on your keypad. But the way that I have this set up, I can quickly change it. In my opinion, these are the two must-have keyboard shortcuts you need in Sibelius. How do we set those up? Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Preferences. Originally, you start out with the standard menus, and as soon as you start changing things, it's going to ask you if you want to create a new feature set. Just say yes, call it whatever you want. I call mine Chris Shortcut because I'm Chris. So let's go ahead and make it so you can change the articulations. First of all, let's go to keypad articulations. Marcato. I just do Q. It's going to ask you if you want to change clef. In my opinion, clef can stay where it needs to be inside the ribbon. It's so rarely used, it's okay to go inside the ribbon and change it. If need be, you can add a shift or an alt or something else to add clef inside there. For me though, I like to reserve alt for when I'm changing the courtesy accidental. So right here, I have the bracket accidental as alt Q. And that's how I'm able to do this so quickly. Why did I choose Q? It's really easy, it's right there. If you have keys that would be easier for you, go for it. But I like Q because if I need to use the mouse, I can freely use it while still adding these articulations. Now there's one more custom shortcut I want to talk about before we move on. What I love doing is if I need to repeat this section right here, I'll select all of it and then I'll add this. Repeats. And I did that by pressing Shift, comma. So again, Preferences, Keyboard Shortcuts. Then I'm going to go to the Notations tab. Then over here, we have End Repeat Bar Line. I have a Shift plus, and then we have Start Repeat Bar Line, which I have as Shift, comma. They're right next to each other, and they're also the greater than and less than symbols, so I think it's kind of perfect. It makes a lot of sense. What's really nice also is I can click a bar line and create a repeat. Just like that. Those are all the user-made shortcuts I have for today, but there's still some very important shortcuts I want to go over real quick. So let's say we have all these notes right here, and I just want to select the bottom ones. There's this awesome thing you can do. You can hold down Control, Alt, and 2. Now 2 means second from the top. So if I want to get the top ones, I do Control, Alt, 1. And now it's hard to see. Let me move this down to possible range. So if I do Control, Alt, 1, I only have the top ones. Now let's say there's more notes on it. And I want to get the bottom. It's going to be 3 because it's now the third note from the bottom. Obviously, this has some limitations. If I do Control Alt 5, I can get the bottom one. But having the top 4 notes accessible is really handy. Another shortcut that I use all the time, let's say, let me get rid of these real quickly. Let's say I have something going on underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and write something in voice 2. Let's say I want to just select it. I can hold down Control, select each one individually, but there's a faster way to do that. I'm going to select all this, and I'm going to do Control, Shift, Alt, 2. Bam, I've only selected voice number 2. It works the same with 1. Control, Shift, Alt, 1. There's only voice 1. Another shortcut that I really like, especially for percussion writing, I write a lot of percussion things. I'll do Shift, Alt, and then I'll type in 1 for an X, 2 for a diamond, 3 for whatever that is, and so on. This all relates to notation's note ahead type. And they say right there, Alt-Shift-17. These last shortcuts I just showed you, these 3 ones, I confuse all the time, to the point where I wrote them down and they're in front of me on my wall so I can see them at any time when I forget. The last shortcut I want to show you, very simple. Take a bar line, Control-R. These shortcuts that I showed you are a little less common, not as common as slurs nor expressions, but they're still very important that you'll be using them enough. Let me know what your favorite shortcut is in the comments below. This has been Chris Price Music with Sibelius Scholar. If this helped you out, please leave a like, subscribe to see more content, and I'll see you in the next video.